Hello, I'm so happy I got a hold of you. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Lucious Showcase. I am Lucious T, and welcome back to the backlog. This week we're taking a look at a game that's one of my backlog white whales. Now you already know what it is the title, and let's not wait anymore, let's check it out. So I wasn't really familiar with the Witcher series. The first one was PC only, so I never heard about it. The second one flew under my radar, but Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt made itself known. It asserted itself, and the hype was real, and in an age where so many Western RPGs are nameless heroes like Skyrim, Dragon Age Inquisition, Dark Souls, here was a series that gave you not only a hero, a professional. So I knew I was going to pick this up at some point, but I sat on it. And the reviews came out, the game came out, and it was universally praised, but it also said this is a long game. So putting out a review a week, every week, made that almost impossible. Well, last week I found myself with 1 week left on my vacation, and I thought to myself, is it time to play Witcher 3? It is. This game is an investment. You need to prepare yourself going in. You will be playing this game for weeks. Now I managed to power through it in 8 days, totaling 58 hours with about 5 to 8 hours idle time, and that was me rushing to the finish come hour 40. CD Projekt Red does a great job of allowing newcomers to the series to jump right in. Now there's a lot of history and backstory in this world and from the other games, but rather than shove it in your face, the information is gleaned as you progress through the game. Our main character is Geralt of Rivia, or Geralt of Rivia, or Geralt. It's Geralt. I don't know. It's here. I'll just play it.
Geralt of Rivia.
That's how you pronounce it. A white-maned badass that's as good with a sword as he is with the ladies. Notice his weird eyes. He is a witcher. What is that? Witch? Mage? Paladin? It must be. This is a Lord of the Rings copycat, right? Well, no. True, this game has elves, dwarves, and other magic creatures, but things are a little more complex here. Humans rule this land. Their warring factions set the groundwork for this game. Apparently, in the previous game, a major monarch was taken out, and now the other human settlements are vying for dominance. Dwarves and elves are second-class citizens, sorceresses and other magical beings are being hunted and burned alive, and remaining neutral in all of this are witchers. Witchers are monster hunters. Yes, monsters are very real in this world. If something goes down in your town, who are you gonna call? A witcher. Now to become a witcher, one must mutate their body, giving them superhuman tracking and minor magical abilities. It also sterilizes them. Therefore, people typically shun or avoid witchers. Who would voluntarily destroy their body and vacate loyalty to their homeland? Now, witchers are distinguished by their yellow cat-like eyes, as well as the swords they carry. One steel for humans, and one silver for monsters. Now, as complicated as this all sounds, would you believe the plot of this game is to find a girl named Ciri? Yep. Ciri is a young woman Geralt trained as a girl and considers his daughter. Ciri is special. I'll leave it at that. She is so special that the mythical Wild Hunt is chasing her down. A race of high elves that use frost to their advantage. Now this game is engrossing. It's also a buggy mess. I encountered several game crashes amongst other things which I did not expect.
Free the children.
God, look! A Doppler!
Though I hear some of that has only arisen recently with the newer patches. It did not detract from the game one bit. Now Geralt is a man you want to be and is the penultimate badass. His facial hair also grows as you play, which is a nice touch. You can choose Geralt's dialogue and actions, but nameless clay he is not. His grizzled manliness oozes from every orifice and really made me want to play or act a certain way because of the notes my character was giving me. I didn't want to let him down. I couldn't not let him kill that guy. He had to. I wish more games did this. I much prefer playing as a character than imagining it's me. It's like comparing procedurally generated versus handcrafted game design. Just feel like there is so much more care in this game. Now I would compare this to an up and down season of TV. Monster of the Week episodes or really good 1 to 2 episode storylines far outshine the greater story arc as a whole. Now, some of my most enjoyable moments were doing the Witcher's work, taking contracts and hunting things. You can even negotiate salary.
Grape juice?
Now, once on the job, you typically investigate LA Noire status until you figure out what you're hunting, which Geralt invariably will talk to himself and tell you.
Rat corpses. Not a drop of blood left in them. Gotta be an Ekimara.
Then you kill it. Sometimes if it's more dangerous than the contract was for, you can even bilk the guy for more money. Or you can work pro bono and be nice, which I did early on but quickly stopped.
What about my reward?
Now, combat in the game is fantastic, until it isn't. The biggest issue is with the lock-on targeting. If there are multiple enemies, it's going to be hard to know exactly who you're hitting and what you're looking at. And every so often, your sword won't draw, or you will want to evade combat, and it keeps making you focus the enemies. Or you can be in the middle of the last boss fight, and the game will glitch out. The hell is this? Now, when it's good, though, oh man. Enemies have a chance to get executed or dismembered, and when it happens, it is always a surprise and supremely satisfying. Wait! It got to the point where I would look to attack people just to see it proc. You have a dodge, roll, and parry system paired with light attacks and heavy. Now, supplementing your sword play are your Witcher signs. Ignis, which is fire, Quen, which is shield, Ard, which is push, Axii, which is Jedi mind trick, and Yrden, the purple one. Purple one is just as used on ghosts mainly. Puts a debuff on the floor, helps you attack ephemeral enemies. Quen is by far the most useful in combat. Instead of taking damage, you lose the shield, which can be upgraded to blow people back. Sign cooldown time is tied to having a full stamina bar. So in theory, you can rock a Quen charge and change to an offensive spell and use that once your stamina fills. Careful though, running and dodging use stamina too. Now, Ignis is good for offense and blowing up poison shrooms and barrels. Ard is used more for blowing down doors and walls. Axii is used more for calming things and chat options. You also gain adrenaline points as you fight, which I had no idea what they did till about 20 hours in. Once you level up, you get ability points, and ability points can then be spent to unlock abilities. Go figure. Abilities then have to be assigned to one of 12 slots. The slots can then be bolstered by a mutagen. So once you unlock an ability, unless you assign it to a slot, it doesn't do anything. Now, the mutagen can increase its benefit if it's paired with a similarly colored slot ability. So red for red, blue for blue, etc. It is these abilities that will take advantage of the adrenaline points. I made it so when Geralt is killed, he uses his adrenaline points to fill his health bar. I also had it so adrenaline points could be used to cast spells, allowing me to chain cast Quen and defeat harder enemies relatively easily. Now, I played the game on the hard difficulty, which I regretted for the first 8 hours until I leveled up a bit. Monsters hit like an absolute truck, and the only heals you are getting are from eating food and the swallow potion, both of which heal over time. As far as I know, there is no burst healing in the game. You also can't heal at an inn or heal by meditating like on lower difficulties. You can replenish potions through meditating, so once I figured that out, I just used the swallow potion a lot. There is also no grinding in Witcher 3. You gain levels by doing quests and other world-altering events, clearing out a monster hovel or restoring a village by killing off bandits, for example. This is a good thing, as the best part of Witcher 3 are the great side stories and hunts and side effects that you cause to the world. Inventory is thankfully limitless as far as crafting agents go. You can still get burdened by too much weight from gear, but usually you just have to sell it off or drop it. And gear is also readily and easily replaced. Rule of thumb, if it's an upgrade, wear it. And also don't forget, you have to repair equipment often. So learn where armor people are, because I had issues with that sometimes. I also have to mention Gwent, my favorite card game in a game since Triple Triad. It's a 10-card hand that is played in 3 different lanes. The goal is to win 2 rounds by using the 10 cards you have however you may. You can blanket the field in rain or snow, and all in all, it's a fun diversion and has a lot of strategy behind it. You can go way off the deep end with it too, collecting all the cards. You can even kill some people for cards. It makes sense why there's a standalone game now. Now, the game is broken into 4 parts. Part 1 is the intro and Velen. Here you deal with Kira and the Bloody Baron and the Crones. Part 2 is the city of Novigrad. You spend time with your former lover Triss and help deal with all the magic users being hunted and killed by the upstart King Radovid. Part 3 is Skellige, a Nordic-inspired setting where you help choose the new king and reconnect with Yennefer, your long-time on-again, off-again love. And the last part that deals with the resolution of the search for Ciri and, of course, the wild hunt. It is in Part 4 where most of your choices will bear fruit, even ones from early in the game. And you'll know this because they'll give you a little cutscene where Geralt explains it. Now, the first 3 parts are bookended by reliving Ciri's backstory, where you actually get to play as her. And spoilers, you do find her, though whether she lives or not is based on your choices. Time for some Lucious metrics. Ciri's fatigue. Fresh. This takes the chat tree laden your choice means nothing RPGs and turns it on its head. Conversations are interesting rather than time consuming. You want to know more. If you don't, you can skip to the point and the other option is gone forever. Choices need to be made fast and Geralt is endearing as hell. I have not enjoyed a character in a game this much since Nathan Drake. It's entertaining just watching Geralt being Geralt. Time sensitivity. Take a month off from life. This is the hardest part of recommending this game. It's a big time investment, especially since you can't level outside of quests. My biggest reason for sitting on this game is I did not have the time to dedicate to it, and the week I played this, I literally did nothing else besides eat, feed pets, and play Witcher 3. Controls. Buggy. That's the best way I can put it. The game feels great until it won't let you do something you think it should. God, why doesn't Geralt stop on a dime? Damn, meant to attack that guy. Yeesh, I'm trying to run away. Replay. More than you have time for. The most fun part of this game for me were the Witcher contracts, which are outside of the main story, which sadly meant I had to start ignoring them to beat the game as fast as I did. However, there's a new game plus mode, and you can play infinitely at the game's conclusion, and there's a 30-hour expansion, Blood and Wine, that just came out. There's never enough time. Storytelling. Next level. This is how you tell a story. I very carefully left all of the story vague on purpose. You craft your own using their intelligent, well thought out characters. While yes, most stories invariably lead to the same end regardless of your choice, there are certain things you can put your stamp on, like sparing a certain character, killing another, and always, I mean always, protecting the trolls. Side note, no trolls were harmed in the making of this video. I could go on for another 4 hours talking about the funny events and story things in this game, like Geralt performing on stage,
To slay beasts most foul.
getting drunk with the boys, and the Starship Troopers Easter egg. But I'm going to leave it at this. The Witcher 3 is a game that begs you to meander through it. The more time you give it, the more rewarding this game is. Taking all that into account from the perspective of a binge-playing game finisher, I'd give this my Lucious T rating of Play it. And there you have it. Thanks for watching, guys. That's it for this week. So beat it or play it. Play it. If you didn't know, there you go. So I really enjoyed this game, but it's hard to recommend beating it, but play it all day long. It's so much fun, and the more side quests, the more contracts you take, really increase the enjoyment of the game. If you're on a time crunch like me to power through to the end, it gets a little tiresome. But if you want a nice game where you can play it for a couple hours a week and get some good enjoyment out of it, you'll have a game to play for the next 4 months. So yeah, guys, that's it for today. It's been so nice getting a hold of you. Take care.